On tonight's show, we have actor, comedian, and travel blogger Devin Gammo. And now for your host, KoolKard. What up, what up, what up? We are back again. Episode 37, y'all. Kicking It with KoolKard. I am your host, KoolKard. Yes, man. Back again to kick it with you guys, give you some more value. If this is your first time tuning in, please feel free. I welcome you to like the show, subscribe to the show so I can continue to bring you this value that I get from these awesome guests that I bring on here. Last week, I had Justin Harper. He is a veteran real estate agent, realtor. Man, he's doing his thing. Sold a lot of homes. Very knowledgeable. If you haven't checked that out, and if you're thinking about getting into real estate, you might want to look at that video. Check it out. It's on my channel. He dropped some gems, man. Some real cool gems. I had people that tell me that they watched that about 3 times over, just kind of taking down notes. Yeah, he's doing his thing. So y'all make sure you check him out. He is on social media, and you could just go to justindharper.com and hit him up. He's in Vegas, but I do believe he's trying to get licensed in other states. So you never know. He might be able to help you out. All right. Or he could refer you to somebody that he knows in another state. That's how realtors get that money too. So, hey, holla at him. But tonight we are going back to funny, to comedy, to laughing, laughter, man. Laughter. It fills the soul. You know what I'm saying? But I got Devin. Let me not butcher his name. Devin Gammo. He's from Canada. All right, he's from Canada. Man, he's doing amazing stuff online. I've been following this guy for a while now. He's doing some skits. He's an actor. He's a travel blogger. He does it all. So we're going to dive into his life and kind of see what he has to offer. Let him drop some gems. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's bring him in with a nice little warm welcome. You know how I do it, the KoolKard way. Let's show him some love, y'all. Yo! Yo, I'm laughing at the intro, man. That is hilarious.
Was that the door?
Jebediah. Where the hell did you come up with that?
I was just thinking of the most absurd names, like names that you'd hear when, names that you'd hear from people that had legitimately lost their mind. And for some reason, Jebediah came to mind.
Jebediah does sound like somebody that lost their damn mind.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, welcome to the show, man. It's been a long time coming. I know we're supposed to link up one time or another, and I don't know what happened. I had to reschedule some things and shift some people around. But you're finally here. I appreciate you coming on. Yes. Thank you. Thanks for having me. But let's talk about you, man. So you're from Canada.
Yep. Just came out from my igloo to do this interview right now. It's a honor to actually have Wi-Fi and to get out from the cold Arctic tundra and do this and kick it with you.
Hey man, I appreciate you coming out your little hobbit hole.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to come out every now and then, you know?
Yeah, man. I got you here. I think you're my first person that I've ever interviewed from Canada. I could say that. You're the first.
Well, it's an honor to cross it off the bucket list.
Yeah. You know, I tried to get Drake, but he kind of stood me up. But it's all good. I got you, man.
He'll be on next week.
Yeah, we'll get him on sooner or later. We'll get Drake up on here for sure. So look, you're an actor, you're a comedian, and you're a travel blogger. Where does all that come from, man? What are you doing?
So the travel thing was actually, I will admit it, I got bit by the travel bug recently, and it's addicting. I don't have any tattoos, but I hear that, once you get your first tattoo, you want to keep getting more and more tattoos to kind of add to that collection. It's the same thing as traveling. Like I had never really been, I had been to all-inclusive resorts and stuff before, but in January, actually, my buddy proposed this idea to go to South America, and I said yes before he could even spit it out. So we went to 3 countries. We went to Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia. And I've always liked filming videos. I've always liked being in front of the camera and also behind the camera. And I've always filmed everything, whether it's, just me and my buddies messing around in high school, doing random stuff, or filming comedy skits. I wanted to bring a camera with me and document my experiences. And then from doing that, I went home, started editing these videos, and I was thinking like, man, you know what? Like, I really do want to travel more. Also, vlog as well. And then, document this great footage that I was getting. Yeah. And
you do a great job.
Yeah, I appreciate that too, because it's like you get to relive it too by looking back at the footage and just think like, oh man, that was a fun time. And then you start remembering, different memories and experiences you've had, and it was a really fun time for sure.
And people get to live through that with you. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm looking at that. What is that beach? That's in Bolivia, right? In the intro.
So that is the salt flats, which are the largest salt flats in the world.
So it's not an actual beach.
No, what you were referring to, I think, was the salt flats.
Mm-hmm. I think it is, because it's like you can drive over it, but it's water and sand and.
Yeah. Okay. So that's and it's trust me, it looks even weirder in person. Like you're constantly like rubbing your eyes because you think it's a dream. Like it literally looks like a sequence where they film like where they emulate heaven in movies.
Right. Is it always overcast like that there? Like that was a crazy. Wow, that's just a crazy experience just looking at it, because it's like the clouds meet the water. It's reflective, then you're driving over it. Like, is there quicksand out there? That's what I'd be afraid of.
Sinking in quicksand.
Yeah.
You know what? We didn't have to worry about quicksand, but what I was wondering myself is this guy was an absolute, I mean, he was such a nice guy. He was very accommodating. He was such a cool guy. The guy that actually drove us out in the flats. Mm-hmm. And these flats go on for miles and miles. And I was confused, and I was wondering how he doesn't get lost out there, because to me it all looks, I mean, there's parts that you can kind of differentiate, mm-hmm. but for the most part, it all looks fairly similar, and it's like, that's what I
get so deep off in there that's just like your vantage point is just the water and sand, right? You don't see anything. Yeah. It's like, which way do you go?
Yeah, and it's like it's like people talk about having such a good view from the office. It's like, if I were that guy working that job every day, you really can't complain, waking up and getting to do that every day. Like,
right. That's amazing, man. And then I got a clip too that you did for Peru. I want to play that. Yeah, man. Yeah, shoot. Let's play it right now. Let's check it out.
Let's do it. But that's why I like filming it.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. I always wanted to go to Peru, man, up on that mountain. Everybody takes that picture up on that hill, but like, was that ruins in the back? Like, what's in the back of that?
Yeah, so it's Machu Picchu, and it's been around for years and years, and it's a very historic. There's a lot of history behind it, and I'm trying to remember the name. The Incas, yeah. Okay. So the Incas, they built it years and years ago, and it's even just thinking about that, like how it all came to be. I mean, there's some conspiracy theories around that itself, like the pyramids of Egypt. Yeah. And just the sense that, like, if it was built all these years ago and there was no proper equipment around at the time.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's amazing what the human body can do, the human mind can do, and you just wonder, like, man, what did it take to construct this? You know what I'm saying? And then how long did it take? It's just
it's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane. And then I found out that actually, like, I think 4 or 5 days later, some kids had been arrested because someone took a dump on one of the on one of the ruins in there, and it's just like the guy was caught vandalizing it, and it's like, of all places to go, like, why? Like,
How would you go there and take a dump?
yeah, like, what?
Stupid, man. Wow.
There's so much history behind it, and just you're literally just gonna take a shit on it and run.
Right.
It's like, oh man. But no, we actually, because our buddies or people that we had met were showing us pictures and videos from Machu Picchu, and a lot of them didn't get to see the view because it was so distorted by the bad weather conditions, overcast, because it gets very like foggy, and the views aren't as clear depending on when you go. But the stars aligned, and we went at the perfect time, and we were able to see it clearly, and it was just beautiful. A really fun experience.
That's beautiful. Where to next? Where do you want to go next?
Well, it's I gotta say, like, these flights to Athens and where else I saw like a $300 flight to Turkey the other day, but I don't know if it's in the cards for 2020 to travel outside of Ontario with all this COVID that's going on.
I wouldn't, man. Hold out.
I'm so tempted. Like, I almost just click right away, and it's just like,
it is tempting because the price is right, but nah, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, listen, man, I was thinking about even going up to New York, and it's like for 4 of us, we were going to pay $80 total round trip.
That's it? You're in Georgia, right?
Up in Atlanta, yeah. It was going to be $80 round trip for 4 people. Total. Yeah.
It's like, sign me up, and then you're like, oh, wait.
Right. So let's talk about this acting, man. So what is your passion? Is it comedy? Is it acting? Like, where did that all start?
So, okay. It started in, I would say even as early as elementary school. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what started it. So I always hated school. I always hated school because it was, you're forced to be there, and you're learning about a bunch of stuff that you literally couldn't give a shit about. And I was thinking, like, why am I here? Like, why do I have to be forced to sit through this? If I'm here, if I'm here under these circumstances, there's probably a lot of other people, in my classroom that are feeling the same way, just pissed off that they have to be there. Mm-hmm. So I decided to make people laugh, to at least, entertain them and make them have a better time, because like I was saying, there's probably people that were just as miserable there as I was.
Right.
So, and then I really enjoyed making people laugh and kept going with that.
Okay.
I kept, I turned into the class clown, and I was always getting sent to the principal's office. Like, I honestly had my own chair in the principal's office. There was one time in elementary school, I remember walking down the hallway, and I swear to God, the principal saw me in the hallway, and he said, are you feeling all right today? And I said, yeah, I'm feeling fine. And he said, I didn't see you in my office today.
Oh, wow.
I find it so funny just looking back at that.
Hey, but it birthed something,
Yeah.
And it was good fun. It was good trouble. You weren't hurting nobody. You just, probably distracting a few people from their lesson. But, like you said, most people want to do it anyway. But
it was all.
But, it's cool. That happens. But no, so now, okay, so you started out just kind of clowning. So did that kind of grow into you? Did that birth your acting? Because, now you're doing skits, and it's like, okay, I'm doing a skit, so now I got to put on this acting hat. And then did you fall in love with that, or how'd that go?
It definitely did play a major factor, because when I was in high school, I got to grade 11, and I was thinking, like, man, I'm getting to the end of my high school, career here. I'm going to have to start making moves. I have no idea what the hell I want to do.
Right.
What have I always liked doing? That's what I was thinking to myself. And then I was like, okay, well, I like to entertain people. I like to make people laugh. I grew up in a small town where there wasn't a lot to do, so we had to entertain ourselves some way. and I decided to buy a camera when I was in grade 9 and start filming these just random comedy skits. And we filmed the most random videos. Like we started doing like parody music videos, which were, you know, funny scenes of us doing random shit.
Right.
But I was sitting there and I had all that in mind. I was like, okay, so I like to film videos. I like to film comedy videos, entertain people, make people laugh.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, but baby, you've been doing this before the Instagram, before what was that, Vines and all that. Then 9 years old.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was just it started as a way to just not be bored and not to, you know, just be sitting there like, oh, like you know, bored out of my mind in a small town. And then I wanted to make these videos, and so I started doing that, and I loved it. And I took a Comtech class in school, and that and drama class were the only classes that I actually enjoyed. Like I'd look forward to them. I'd be counting down the minutes until, you know, my Comtech class would come, or drama. And in Comtech class, I'd be editing a video, or, you know, just have shot something and, you know, be excited for it. And yeah, from there, I moved to the big city after I graduated, went to school there. I actually went to school for film, but then I was hiring, you know, actors and stuff to be in these films that I would either direct, or I'd be the cameraman for DOP. And I'd be thinking like, yeah, this is fun. It's good to have this information of behind the scenes, but I'd rather be in the movie, in the production, in whatever it is that I'm filming.
Yeah. So
since then, I've been doing both, like behind the scenes, in front of the camera, and I love it. Anything to do with the industry, I can't get enough of.
This can be some good inspiration for some younger people. I mean, shoot, adults too. You know, there's people out here that don't know what they want to do with themselves, but they can tell a joke all day, or they have a funny bone, and people just naturally laugh all the time around them. Like, pick up a camera and document it. It can turn into something. Post it online, like, you know. And people, like, if I wasn't doing this, and I act too, if I wasn't doing this or I wasn't an actor, I probably wouldn't be on social media. But there's people out there that won't get on social media and they need it. I mean, it's a tool. Use it as a tool. Don't use it for all the other stuff that people are using it for. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in surfing all day long, looking at what other people are doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Use it as a tool. Use it as a business tool. Brand yourself. Get a following. Make some money.
Exactly.
Even if you don't want to do nothing else, just do influencer work and make some money. You can make some real money being an influencer, being funny. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, it can ignite something in you. If you're naturally funny or whatever, or even if you just have a knack for talking to people, get online and start talking to people. Use these tools. Social media is the way of the world right now. I don't like it sometimes, a lot of times, but I have to do it. You know what I mean? I have to do it. So if there's something that it can ignite in you, and you can use that to your benefit, and you don't have to go punch a clock, it can happen. Go online right now. There's plenty of people on there that you can reference that are doing that don't punch a clock. It's real. It ain't just kids on there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I had to get over too when I first got into social media, because I was like, man, I ain't feeling this. You know, and it's a lot of faking going on. People, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but there are people on there that are really doing some great things and making some good money. You know, I know some people. You know what I mean?
And you know, those people have been working hard towards doing it, and I think it's mostly because, to touch on what you were saying, there's some points where you're on social media and it's just like, okay, what the fuck? Like, it's pervading looking at some of these posts, but it's all about like filtering it out. Yeah. You know, a lot of people are comparing themselves to, oh man, oh, this jacked guy, I'm not that jacked, you know, like, oh man. But you know, you got to use it for a positive.
You do. And you know who I feel for? I feel for the kids, man. I really do, because they're so influenced by this stuff, and they're thinking, this is who I need to be. This is what I want. And it's okay. You know, I'm not saying it's not okay to want things, nice things, to, you know, have a desire to, because everybody likes things. Everybody has their Jones and has a fix or whatever. You know, they like Jordans, they like this and like that. But just don't let it diffuse your drive because you're looking at other people supposedly winning. There's people on there winning, but a lot of them are not winning. It's a facade. But you know, that's what they're on there for, to make you believe that, until they are really doing that. But don't let it diffuse your drive. Don't let it diffuse what you have going and what you want to do, because it can do that. Once you start comparing yourself, that is the most detrimental thing ever.
Oh, it's toxic. It's like you can feel just the negative emotions come out when you're doing that, and it's just it doesn't do you any good
at all. And then it breeds envy.
You
know, it breeds envy, and then you transfer that out into the real world. Because guess what? This social media, it's a tool, but it's not your real life unless you're making some money. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got a brand and you're building and you're making money off of it, it's not your real life. But then you take that envious mindset of, man, I want that, they're doing this, and you feel some type of way. And then you take that out into the world, and now you're envious of people and you're aggressive towards people because you're not feeling like you're where you need to be, because you saw somebody else where you want to be, and you don't feel, and then you feel like they're less deserving of it. And maybe say that they did earn it, and they are really where they're showing that they are. Well, guess what? You don't know what it took for them to get there. So, you know, put them blinders on and go do the work. You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing, is a lot of people, they feel that, you know, you have these rappers, these A-list celebrities, they just wake up one day and they're there. You know, they see all the glitz and the glamour, but they don't see everything that led up to it, all the trials and tribulations, all the stumbling blocks they had getting there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, and people want to make excuses too, like, oh, I could never be what I want to be because of my father, or because of this and because of that. It's like,
those are excuses.
Exactly.
Those are excuses. Come on, man. You could be whatever you want to be. You know, you can look at that two ways. You can look at your father and be just like him, or you can look at your father and say, I don't want to be like that, and go the other route and do better, be a better man. You know, if your father walked out of your life, don't let that determine how you're going to treat your children. Be there for them because your father wasn't. Don't turn around and do the same thing. You got a choice. Everything's a choice. You know, everything's a choice.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing, you can spin it a positive way or you can spin it a negative way, and it's up to you how you want to utilize that, how you want to interpret the information and proceed after that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to take it, man. Like, the main thing in life is, if you want to win, so to speak, you know, whatever your definition of winning is, and you want to be positive and you just want to, you know, live a good and happy and normal life, just stay positive. Take the negative and turn that into a positive. It's cliche, but it's real. Take that. It's a stepping stone. It's a building block. You know what I'm saying? A setback is an opportunity for you to, you know, adjust and get better.
You're really pumping me up here. You're getting me motivated. I want to go out and film something, or go do something right now, or go run 20 miles around the block. Like, you're getting me going, man. But it's so true.
But it is. It really is. It's just,
this negativity won't get you anywhere.
Nah, man. Nah. You'll be depressed. That's why listen, man. That's why all these kids out here killing themselves, because they're comparing themselves to other people.
Yeah, and they feel insignificant, right?
Yeah.
And they feel like they're never going to amount to this person or that person, when meanwhile they might be just doing fine. You know?
Yeah.
They might, like, they're just comparing themselves, and it's just they're looking at it through not the right lens.
Through an Instagram lens. And here's the kicker.
Yeah.
How about these kids feeling less of themselves, deflated and defeated and depressed over what they're constantly seeing on Instagram, thinking that these people are doing so much better than them, and they probably have a better life than what they're looking at. It's just all dressed up and made up, you know?
Yeah, because you can paint a false picture however you want,
man,
right? Like,
it's all about what you. Of course, you could say, hey man, let me borrow those Gucci shoes and that Gucci belt and that Gucci shirt real quick, or you can go to the swap meet, which a lot of people gonna hate me for saying this, but which a lot of these like up and coming rappers do, they go to the swap meet, get the knockoffs, then they take these pictures, they take all these pictures and promote themselves as if they're doing good, which I'm not mad at, because you know what? Entertainment is entertainment. You're selling something. You're selling a dream. You're entertaining. So whatever you got to do it for the better good of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking that, but that's what it is though. So you don't know what's really going on. You don't know what people are doing. People are going buy knockoffs so they can take pictures and flex like they doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like they have it already and they really don't.
Yeah. Sorry, my my laptop charger fell out, so.
Oh, okay. Don't want to lose you.
No, don't want to turn into a Harry Houdini.
God dang, Jebediah again got taken off by the aliens.
Jebediah! The aliens! It's funny because I crafted that character from Ancient Aliens, and also these late night shows you'd see about these alien abductees that all sounded like they were batshit crazy. And I was thinking, like, man, I heard this one guy's story who was talking about it, and it just seemed so ridiculous, and he didn't have any actual facts, and he just seemed completely out of his mind, and he sounded weird. So I was just like, okay, how can I take a voice? How can I make a character? And then I did that. I started playing with my voice and seeing how I could come to this. And then with that, I came up with a costume to go with it. I was like, okay, so what would this guy wear? And it ended up finding the costume, going to my garage, going to my little shed in my backyard, and living the character. But
I would be off in some raggedy shed or something. Huh? That's funny. So let me ask you a couple things about the skits, man, because I know there's a lot of kids that want to do skits, even adults want to do skits, and they haven't taken the step to do the skits. But all you got to do is just do the skits, pick up a camera and do the skits. But for you, what type of preparation goes into that? Is that just kind of like a idea? You grab the camera, grab a couple of your boys, and you go do it? And also what type of equipment are you using? Because I see you shooting from afar, you're mic'd up and everything, so people need to know certain things like that.
Okay, so that what goes into it, I'll answer that question first. So I'm a very spontaneous person, which works, but it also has its downfalls as well too. Mm-hmm. Like I love to just be like, yeah, let's go film right now. But if it's just me, fine. But like one thing that's preventing me from getting even more footage and getting even more videos done is the fact that I have to have a cameraman there, filming, the fact that I have to have, and this cameraman has to be, fairly well versed with a DSLR, especially if he's filming videos from afar and, hiding out. And I have a zoom lens, by the way. I have what I use is a 55 to 200 millimeter lens, and I have a Canon 70D.
Yeah.
To answer that question.
Okay.
So to be able to do this, to be able to line this stuff up, and also, get the best possible clips, I'll need to have this guy filming, or my friend, whoever I'm getting, to film at a certain time. And it's like, to get both of our schedules to line up, it requires some planning, which I definitely need to work on more. But it works for kind of adjusting on the fly, like running by the seat of your pants, like, oh, I'm going to go film this guy right now. I'm going to go ask this guy a question. But what I've started doing more is I've started kind of mapping everything out to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. Like I'll have a basic outline as to what it is what points I want to touch on, what I want to say, what I want to do. But I also don't want to overdo it, because then I'll be like in my head too much thinking about, okay, what was I supposed to say here? What was I supposed to say here? So I think it's a balance of being spontaneous and adjusting on the fly, and also having that planning in there too, because I was always just the spontaneous, let's go film this, let's go film that. I'll make everything up off the top of my head. And, you know, we can go film right now or we can go film tomorrow, when in reality, there's a lot of moving parts and it's just better to plan things out. So I would say a mixture of both is definitely beneficial.
Now, do you include some of the people that you go up and, you know, talk to? Like, do you prep them prior to you doing your skit, or is it just all organic? They have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
So if I'm going up and doing like a social experiment, for example, I don't, like, if I'm going up to someone on the street and doing something, I won't prep them whatsoever, because I don't want them to anticipate the reaction.
Yeah.
And I've had people before, because I'm sure you've seen those videos out there where it's, you know, these pranksters in the hood, and, you know, whatever the case is, you can just tell that it's staged.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be getting these authentic reactions, and it's just like the person's reacting like, "What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
You have a gun on you?" You know, and it's just horrible acting.
Yeah.
And I've never, like, I'd rather spend all day filming, getting 100 reactions and using 3 of those clips than hiring an actor, telling him to react like, oh, you know, because I know that the audience is going to pick up on that. Like, the audience is stupid, right? So
yeah,
I'd rather just make it authentic.
So how do you combat the people who may want to get a little violent sometimes if they're not okay with you approaching them?
And that has happened before. We can get into that in a second, but I would say for the most part, like 98% of people are, you know, they laugh it off, they think it's funny, they're entertained by the idea, whereas those 2% might not be.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like to get people's permission before putting it or posting it online.
Okay.
Just as a common courtesy thing, like if I'm filming in public, I don't technically need to, but I will ask it, and I've had to blur out people's faces before.
Okay.
But yes, it has ended badly for me before.
Oh, wow. Dang. All right, y'all. So if you're watching this, just so you know, yeah, it's you're taking chances out there, especially right now in the climate.
Yeah, right now is a whole different time.
Oh, yeah, man. So be careful out there, you know. And there's a lot more people carrying guns right now too. So
everyone's a lot more paranoid. Everyone's, you know, the fear is heightened, you know, especially in, you know, the situation that we're in right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would recommend going out and like, if you want to film these kind of videos. When I got punched in the face, that's what happened. Mm-hmm. I was being a complete dick, and that was part of my character.
Yeah.
That was a once in a blue moon situation. Like, if you handle it properly, then, you know, it's not going to happen. But to your point, yes, people are more anxiety driven right now, a lot more fearful. So it's a different time. So just, you know, think about it. You know, be cautious about what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hey, I'm gonna jump to one of your skits real quick, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about it. Here we go.
It's anytime.
I mean, I know you are fairly new.
What'd you say your name was? Large honeycomb?
Oh.
Hey.
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say that, like, that video itself was probably, I usually don't break character too often, but I was literally like biting my cheeks trying not to laugh at some of these reactions. Like, it was just, I had them so on the hook. Like, it was so hard not to break character, but I had to stay in character for the love of the video. And
yeah,
you know,
yeah, man, crazy stuff. You know, I used to think that I wanted to do that, you know, go out and do those type of videos, and I'm just like, man, the world's gotten too crazy. The world's gotten too crazy for me. I can't do it. I don't like to say I can't, but I don't think I'm gonna take that route now. I'll start talking to you.
Not in the cards in the near future for you, eh?
Not for KoolKard, man. I'm good. So I'll let you do it, and I'll laugh on the sideline.
Sounds good to me, man. And you keep doing your thing here, you know. lining it up.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, just one episode at a time, one episode at a time, and we keep it moving, Just trying to stay consistent. I mean, that's the main thing. If you stay consistent with anything, something's gonna happen. Something's
100%.
Yeah. Like I get opportunities thrown my way because I've, kept going. So
and obviously, there's been times that there's always that inner voice that's like, oh, just stop, just take it easy, take the night off, just relax. But I mean, I'm sure you push through that on a daily basis, and it's the message that I wanted to get out too is just keep going with it. Like especially like you've been doing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing, keep creating that consistent content, no matter what.
Absolutely, man. People, I'm telling you, if you knew my life, you'd just be like, man, how do you do it? There's been weeks I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna take this week off. There's been times where, I've had people cancel on me Monday night, and I've always figured it out. I've always gotten someone else to just jump right in.
Improvising.
Huh?
Sometimes you got to improvise.
Yeah. And I don't know what people have going on in their lives. You know what I mean? So if they cancel, they cancel. But I gotta do me. I can't let someone stop my show. And that, like you asked me earlier, like, do you do everything yourself? Yes, because for so long,
one man show.
For so long, I've always had other people involved in things that I was doing, and they would hold me up. Not that I would stop, but they would hold me up, and I just got sick and tired of that. Sick and tired of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to bounce ideas off anybody. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, what do you think about that? In order to move forward. Like, I need to just be going. Let me just go. You know what I'm saying?
And it feels good to take that responsibility too, right? Like, it's like, if you mess up, then it's your fault. It's not like, you know, you don't find yourself pointing fingers and being like, oh, well, it was because of him that did. Like, it's good to just take accountability and, know that you might have done something wrong.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then so be it. But,
like, I'm all for collabing, don't get me wrong, but as far as just having to, hey, are you ready? Can we do this? No.
Yeah.
KoolKard, keep it going.
You don't have to rely on someone else's schedule as well, too.
Yes. Yeah. So I was like, listen, man, like I used to do this show out in the streets, and I just find it a little bit more convenient, especially in the climate now. I find it more convenient to just do it, come from my own place.
Were you doing this out on the streets before quarantine, or
Yeah. Years ago, I used to go to clubs and stuff like that and interview artists and comedians and stuff like that. I went to the Soul Train Music Awards, interviewed some people backstage, comedians and stuff like that, and just things like that. So that's what I was doing, and I had a team then. We were a team. I don't want to say I had a team. We were a team, me and the camera guy, and we did music together and all types of stuff. And then, I don't know, we just stopped doing it. I don't know what happened. But actually, he's coming on the show. He's coming on the show next month, actually, because he has
the man himself, eh?
Huh?
The man himself, eh?
Yeah. So he's coming on the show. So it's all love, but we just stopped doing it. And I was just like, hey, you know what? I think I want to rebirth that. Like, bring it back. Do it through Skype, do it live on YouTube, because I really want to have a talk show. That's my goal. That's I don't want to say the end goal, but that is the ultimate goal for this venture here, is to have my own TV talk show, kind of like a Steve Harvey or something like that. I just want to help people, talk people through things, get them on there, help people do giveaways, charities, all that type of stuff. So,
it's a great platform to do it on. I mean, you're definitely you're good at what you do. You're personable. You know how to keep the conversation going.
Thank you.
I see good things for you, man, in your future.
I appreciate it. Likewise. Well, I had to have you on here.
Hey, now
Likewise. So real quick, man, before we wrap it up, let's talk about stand-up. You said you're trying to venture off into stand-up, man. Like, are you a little nervous about that? Are you like, man, F it, let's do it?
So yeah, I'm trying to do things that I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone as much as I possibly can now. And stand-up's always been something that I mean, it's kind of been floating around in the back of my mind. Like, should I try it? Should I not try it? I grew up watching guys like Jim Carrey, who came from stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
and we used to perform at Yuck Yuck, Saturday, or in Living Color, and yeah, like it's something that I wouldn't say it terrifies me, but it would definitely challenge me because I've never really done that kind of comedy before.
Yeah.
And yeah, like right now, I really want to just, again, like I said, push myself out of my comfort zone. So that's one thing that's on the list to do. I mean, as soon as, I don't even really know what the situation on comedy clubs is right now here in Ontario, but yeah, as soon as this COVID craziness kind of gets back to more normal-ish, then yeah, that's something I would try for sure.
Yeah, go to some open mics, kind of try out some stuff.
Yeah.
Do it, man. Do it. Get somebody to film it. I want to see it.
Yeah, I'll do it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go try these things, it's 100% getting done. I'm gonna make a list of stuff that completely scares the shit out of me,
and go do
and
it.
I'm gonna go out and do it.
Hell yeah, man. Do that. Do that. Seriously. What's the acting scene out there like? Cause I follow a girl, let's say a woman on Instagram. I met her through some like mutual friends, and I've been following her. She supports me. I support her. Her name's Cheryl. I think it's Cheryl Lynn Allen, and she's from Canada, and yeah, she's in a lot of stuff, and she stays acting. And I don't know if she's flying out here to work or she's doing stuff out there, but I do know that they still film in Canada. So what is that scene like out there?
So as of well, it was more so right at the beginning of August, production started to open up again, and maybe late July. So slowly but surely, they are opening up again. They're filming a lot of Hallmarky type stuff and Christmas productions. So lots of snow machines, lots of parkas in the summer, pretending like it's wintertime.
Oh wow!
But, yeah, it's just good for there to be some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. And in September, I hear they're going to be pretty much in full force again.
Oh.
So I'm really looking forward to that. And my first day on set was, I think, was like late July, and it was just, I was so thankful to be back. And they're taking the appropriate precautions too. You know, everyone's wearing a mask, and you know, like it's done very well. But it's definitely a sigh of relief to be back.
Yeah, it's kind of ramping up out here too. I don't think I've gotten any audition requests lately.
Not they're doing a lot of self tapes now, which is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's big out here. That's big. Actually, they've started something new out here through Actors Access, where they're doing like Zoom auditions. Like that's gonna be the new wave, where it's like when it's your turn, they bring up your screen and there you go.
And there you are.
Yeah, it's in action. Like, yeah, it's crazy. So I haven't gotten that opportunity. I did sign up for it. My agent hit me up and was like, you know, do you want to opt in for that? So I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. But I haven't gotten any requests. I did have a request maybe about a month or two ago, maybe a month and a half ago. I had to pass on it though, because like I said, I'm in transition. I'm moving and stuff like that right now. So it was just too much for me, man. I really couldn't do it. And I never pass on any auditions, but I had to. And
moving on top of, you know, the situation that's going on right now, or more so a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. So it was just too much for me at the time. But yeah, and I haven't gotten any
other times though.
Huh?
There'll be other times though, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll really pick up, and then they'll start rolling in. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll have 3 for a week. You know what I'm saying, and just knock them out. But it's been slow right now for me, which actually I think it's just God's blessing, because He knows my situation, and it's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on for me, so it's all good in due time. I don't think about it. I keep myself busy. But go ahead.
That's I mean, what you just said right there, the fact that you're keeping yourself busy, because a lot of people that are, or not, I don't want to say a lot of people, but some people that are actors, the most depressing thing is to just be sitting around waiting for the phone to ring.
Yes.
Twiddling your thumbs like, okay,
yes. Especially when you thought that like the role was especially for you. Like it was, oh man, my God, this is my role. Like, and you know you did a good job, and you're sitting there like, man, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's been there. You know, and I just had to grow out of that. When I was living in New York and I was acting out there, and I, you know, had an agent there sending me out, man, and I'd just be sitting there like, oh my God, man, I hope they call me. I hope they call me. I hope they call me. I know I did good. Or you're sitting there like, damn, I should have did this in the audition. I should have did. You know,
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Like, listen.
Yeah. And then you leave the audition room and all these thoughts are like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do? Oh, I should have done this. And meanwhile, you could have put on a hell of a performance, and the casting agent or the director just maybe didn't think that you physically fit the role. Like who knows what's going through their head, right? Like who knows why they choose who they end up choosing.
Yeah, a lot of times that's what it is. It's physicality, complexion, something. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, 9 times out of 10. And this is the truth. 9 times out of 10, if you have an agent and a casting director constantly request you, they like you.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, they're rooting for you. They want you to book something. And, excuse me, if you constantly get requested by the same casting directors, you are good enough.
You're doing something.
Because listen, their job is on the line too. They want to impress a director. So they're going to bring in the cream of the crop that they know of to put in front of that director.
They can feel confident, vouching for.
Exactly, because they know that you're going to get the job done. Now, whether it's the job that they want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That remains to be seen, but they know you're going to get the job done. They know that you're going to solve a problem for that director, but that might be that your solution may not be the one that they want, and that's just really, that's what it is. So you have to know that. You have to know that, hey, I'm good enough because I'm getting the calls. There's a lot of actors out here that I talk to and be like, I just don't get any auditions. I don't get the calls. And that's not to say that they're not good or whatever, but just know that if you are getting these calls and you do see a trend of getting the auditions from same casting directors, they like you. They know that you are good enough. And it's only, it's time that it'll hit. It's a numbers game.
Yeah, that's the thing. It will happen, but it's just like, another thing too is you really have to have tough skin. You have to be willing to hear 100 no's before you hear one yes. No matter who you are. Even Brad Pitt's getting no sometimes. Even it happens. Like,
yeah. And just have that confidence. Personally. And just have that confidence too. When you walk in that room, just be confident. Like, hey, listen, I'm here to do a job. If you like me, great. If you don't, great. I'm gonna go tomorrow or another day and here to do another job. And that's just what it is. Like, just know that you are good enough and have that confidence. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
When you walk in that room.
Bulletproof confidence. Yeah,
for sure. Just be professional. Have the confidence. Go in there and do the job. Tell them thank you, and leave. That's it. And if you do something long enough, something will happen.
100%.
That's a fact.
Are you finding that do you like the industry more so in Atlanta versus New York? Because what are the big hubs in the States? You got Los Angeles, you got New York, you got Atlanta.
You got Charlotte.
Maybe.
You got Charlotte. It used to be Delaware. I don't know if they're shooting up there anymore. You got New Orleans.
New Orleans too. Okay.
I think they're still shooting a little down in Miami, but I think they shoot more commercials down there. Where else? Where else? There's some other place that's kind of a hot spot right now too, where they're filming a lot of stuff. But I think
Delaware. I never knew anything about Delaware.
Yeah, earlier on when the film industry was just coming down here, there was a lot of work in Delaware. Yeah, you would go there, do work, and come back. Yeah, it's quite a few places like that now though. You go there and do work and then come back, but it's not like a big industry there. But they film.
Right.
Now here they're setting up. There's all types of agencies. There's all types of film studios. We have like 12, 14 huge film studios out here.
I didn't realize how big Atlanta was for film and television until recently.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty big for sure. 12 to 14 studios. Jeez.
It's huge, man. Go online and look at the Tyler Perry studio tour. He's riding around in his golf cart. Look how big that thing is. It's ridiculous.
I'm going to, after this, I'm going to, for sure.
It's ridiculous. He has like neighborhoods on his, yeah, because he bought a fort. Him and the city bought a fort. It was an old Fort Gillum, I think it was. So it's an old fort. So they have like all the barracks where the soldiers stayed and stuff. Yeah, all that's still there. All the houses, all the what's it called? Like the higher ranking officials, the higher ranking sergeants and all that. Their houses that they have, they're there. Like it's huge, and it's only half. He only has half of it right now, and it's huge. Listen, jeez. a lot of the shows that you see on TV right now are filmed there, for real.
Really? Wow, you just fucked with my mind there for a sec.
A lot of them, especially, and I'm not saying this to say anything, but especially black films. A lot of them, sitcoms, all that. Filmed there, but there's a whole bunch, a plethora, because he just opens it up for everybody to come and film, like, you know.
Yeah, and it would save on costs too, right?
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, having to rent out a location here, rent out a location there.
Yeah.
It's more convenient, but if you can make it look like, you know, a different area, different location, then I guess why not, right? Like,
yeah. I'm telling you, everybody films there, man. So many people, and he has like 9 studios, 9 or 10, maybe 11, like huge. Go look, go watch the video.
Yeah, I'm man. The second I get off here with you, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's huge, man. And then go look at God. There's another studio way out in like Fairburn. Is it Fairburn or somewhere? I think it's like the second biggest now, because it was the biggest, and I think Tyler's is now the largest. But there's another one way out there. There's one right off of 85.
Sherburne is where? Sherburne, Georgia?
Fairburn. I think it's in Fairburn.
Oh.
I think it's in Fairburn. It's huge though. Just, you know what? Google film studios in Georgia. And I'm telling you, it'll show you a list, and it's gonna show you the biggest ones. And Tyler Perry, I think his is the biggest now. And then there's another one that one in Fairburn is huge. There's one right off of 85 that's huge. I forget the name of that one. I had a friend that filmed an HBO show out there. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. And it's work. So yeah, I can't wait. Like I posted the other day. I was like, you know, I've been handling things, and I'm gonna get right back. And I posted a shot of me in a scene or whatever. Like I can't wait. Like I'm excited because I know the work is coming, and it's just gonna be something new, new and fresh. You know, like kind of like a revamp. But I can't wait until I jump back in. But, you know, when that time comes, I'm just not, I don't want to say I'm not ready, but when that time comes.
Yeah, you'll be ready when it comes. Are the like, what's the production situation like right now? Like, are things actively filming?
Yeah.
Are they, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know a few people that have been filming. Yeah. Oh yeah. So they're filming.
Just a matter of time then, man.
Yeah, just a matter of time, you know, when they pull my card, that's it. But like I said, man, it's all in time. For me, it's like God knows me. God knows my situation. And I really feel like it's like, okay, handle this now. And then, you know, when the time comes, they'll come. And that's how I feel about it. I really do. I don't think it's a coincidence that I'm not getting any auditions right now. And I'm, you know, in transition and dealing with a whole, you know, other things like that. So it's all God, man. It's all.
But you'll get them soon.
God's plan, man.
Yeah.
Like your boy Drake, you know what I'm saying? Your homie out there in Canada, man. Tell him I said what up.
Lay the message myself.
Tell him
and I'll tell him to get on here.
Yeah, tell him I said what up. I need that interview. Holla at me.
I will. I will say that exactly.
All right, man. Well, I ain't gonna hold you up. I know we've been on here for a minute talking, but it's been good. Good conversation. I really appreciate you coming on.
You know what? It was great to be on here.
Yes. I appreciate you saying that, man. Just want to have an open platform. We kick it casually, talk some good stuff. You drop some gems for people to take back, put in a tool belt. You know,
use it later.
And go to work. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I really appreciate you, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you got some value from this, share it. subscribe, do what you want with it. I pray that you got something valuable out of it, though. That's what I'm here for. Every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be back. You never know who I may have on here, but it will be somebody of value. You understand? Of value. I'm bringing it to you. I need y'all. Y'all need me. Let's do it together. But yeah, man. Until next week, I appreciate you, Devin.
What's a pleasure?
Yes, sir. Likewise, man. Yes, sir. And I will repost, share the clips tomorrow. I'll send you some clips. I'll put it in your DM, or you can slide me your number. I'll text that to you. Repost, tag me if you can. All that good stuff. You know how to do it.
Looking forward to it, man.
All right. Cool, man. Until next time, y'all. Next week, we'll be kicking it. Peace.